Have you ever noticed that it's not just your energy that has changed with age, but your digestion? You eat the same foods you've eaten your whole life, yet now they sit in your stomach like a stone. There's bloating, there's heaviness. Sometimes acid creeps up your throat at night. Sometimes you wake up tired even after a full meal the night before. And quietly, almost shamefully, a question forms in your mind. Is my body wearing out faster than I expected? Most people are told this is normal. It's just aging, they say. Take an antacid, cut more foods, eat smaller portions, accept that your best years of strength and comfort are behind you. But what if that explanation is incomplete? What if the problem isn't that your body is weak, but that it's missing something it evolved with for thousands of years? To understand this, we need to confront an uncomfortable truth. For most of human history, food was never sterile. There were no refrigerators, no preservatives, no plastic seals. Food lived, changed, bubbled, and transformed. And instead of destroying people's health, this process often supported it. Not because ancient people were magically healthier, many lived hard, short lives, but because the food they ate worked with their biology instead of against it. Across civilizations that had nothing in common culturally, one habit kept appearing again and again. In China, vegetables were submerged in brine. In Central Asia, milk was cultured into yogurt and kefir. In Europe, cabbage became sauerkraut. In Africa, grains were fermented before cooking. These people weren't chasing trends, they were solving a problem: how to make food digestible, nourishing, and safe in a world without modern storage. And in the process, they stumbled upon something far more powerful than they realized. Fermentation is not rot, it is controlled transformation. When beneficial bacteria feed on sugars and starches in food, they break them down before you ever take a bite. This matters enormously as we age, because one of the first systems to decline with age is not the heart or the muscles, it's the digestive fire. Stomach acid weakens, enzyme production drops, the gut lining becomes more sensitive. Foods that were once easy to process now trigger discomfort, inflammation, and fatigue. Fermented foods act like a bridge between the food you eat and the body you have now. They arrive partially pre-digested. Tough fibers are softened. Anti-nutrients that block mineral absorption are reduced. Vitamins, especially B vitamins linked to energy and nerve health, are increased. Vitamin K2, crucial for directing calcium into bones instead of arteries, becomes more available. This isn't folklore. Modern science has simply given names to what ancient people experienced through results. Perhaps most important of all is what fermentation does to the gut ecosystem. Today, we know that the majority of the immune system is connected to the digestive tract. But here's what often goes unsaid. Immunity doesn't decline because we age, it declines because the microbial diversity in our gut collapses. Years of sterile food, antibiotics, processed diets, and fear of bacteria slowly turn the gut into a low-diversity environment. Fewer allies, more inflammation, more confusion for the immune system. Ancient diets constantly reintroduced living bacteria through food, not once a day in capsule form, but continuously, naturally. This constant reseeding trained the immune system to respond calmly instead of overreacting. It's one reason why chronic, low-grade inflammation, so common today, was less pronounced in traditional societies that maintained these practices. Their bodies were not fighting their environment, they were cooperating with it. There's also a psychological dimension we've lost. Modern culture treats bacteria as enemies. Everything must be disinfected. Food must be clean. Yet the human body itself is not sterile. It is an ecosystem. When we cut ourselves off completely from microbial life, we don't become safer, we become fragile. Ancient people didn't fear fermentation because they understood, through experience, the difference between decay and transformation. A vegetable rotting in air was dangerous. A vegetable fermenting in brine was nourishing. Now, to be clear, this is not an argument to romanticize the past or reject modern medicine. Refrigeration saves lives. Antibiotics save lives. But progress didn't require erasing ancient wisdom. It required integrating it. And that integration is exactly what many people over 40 are missing. Think about what happens when digestion improves. It's not just comfort, it's energy. It's mental clarity. It's better sleep because your body isn't fighting inflammation at night. It's stronger bones because minerals are actually absorbed. It's steadier blood sugar because food is processed more efficiently. These changes don't feel dramatic on day one, but over months they compound. And that compounding effect is what separates people who age with resilience from those who feel like they're constantly declining. The tragedy is that many people are trying to fix gut problems by removing more and more foods instead of restoring what's missing. Fermentation isn't about restriction, it's about restoration, restoring the conversation between your body and the food it evolved to eat. If this idea challenges the way you've been taught to think about food, pause for a moment and reflect. Did your parents or grandparents have a food they trusted instinctively? Homemade yogurt, pickles that weren't from a factory, fermented drinks, foods they didn't analyze but relied on. Wisdom doesn't always announce itself with data. Sometimes it survives quietly, passed down until it's forgotten. If you want more content that uncovers these lost intersections between history, biology, and modern health, support this work by liking the video. It helps this message reach people who are struggling silently. And share in the comments, what traditional fermented food do you remember from your family's past? Your memory might reconnect someone else to a piece of health they didn't know they were missing. Because aging is inevitable, but unnecessary decline is not.